Hi, good evening. I don't know, I was gonna say good afternoon. I don't know why I'm nervous. This kind of feels like an interrogation. It feels like I am opening up. I'm kind of, I don't even know. Yeah, like I'm really like stressed out. So please just be patient with me. It's currently like 11 something, and I woke up at 5 a.m. today. And I was actually supposed to be in bed by 11, but I've cleaned my room, took a shower. I had iced coffee like right here at like 11, and I felt pretty energetic. So I've been meaning to film this video for a really long time, and I was like, you know what, even if my thoughts are not sorted out correctly, even if the video doesn't turn out the way I want it to be, I can always refilm it. But for tonight, I just thought, let me just, is it like bite the bullet? I don't even know. But I just thought, let me just do it and see where this goes. I'm really, really like anxious for some reason. And I think it's because of the coffee, because I genuinely like, I'm not scared of the camera. You guys like, you guys know I'm like in front of the camera every second. So yeah, I've got like my notes down here. So if I look a bit to the left, you guys, or sorry, right, like I don't know, between the, anyways, so you know, like if I look down, my laptop is right here, and that's probably why I'm looking down. And if you're probably thinking, why do you have your phone like that? It's because I'm using as a mic, guys. I need to invest into a mic. I'm currently filming with my iPad. My camera has better mic, it's just my camera settings are effed up, and I like the wide lens, and my camera doesn't like really provide that. So this is like how we're gonna do it for now. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking so much now, and let's just like get started with the video. Well, first things first, I will tell you guys the reason why I decided to do this video. Something that I'm really passionate about, especially like for the past like 1 or 2 years, is like self-improvement. I've been all about like improving yourself physically, mentally. As you guys know, I just started my YouTube again. Like for the ones that really know me, like, you know, I was doing it in 2018, and then I stopped because I wasn't really confident enough. Like it's like a deep hole that I'm not really trying to dive in now. But one of the main reasons why I didn't at that time continue with my YouTube was because I wasn't confident enough. I didn't think I'm not gonna say beautiful, but I just did not feel confident in front of the camera. And I was like, why am I literally torturing myself to like put myself out there with something that I'm not content? So I just like took a step back, and it was like 2018. And I was like, you know what? It was 2018. Can you guys imagine? It was like 6 years ago. And I was like, well, I was 16. Like, you know, I really think it's time to kind of work on myself. That was 2016. Can you imagine? Like, yeah, I think it's really time for me to work on myself. Why? Because again, like YouTube was like something that I was actually really passionate about. But what was holding me back is I felt like I wasn't really at my full potential, especially because like I was consuming it so much, and I saw people you know, what they were putting out there and how they looked, and I just didn't feel confident within myself. So I stopped. We're not really gonna go into that story, but just so you guys can kind of get an idea on, you know, how it was. So that was 2018. Moving forward, nothing really changed until I would say 2020. When was that? I was really like, I think weight loss is something that I'm gonna get into like in another video, because that's like a whole another story in itself. I think today I want to like kind of touch on like the subject of self-improvement, rather like on how I lost my weight. I know like people ask me all the time, and I promise you, I'm gonna tell you guys, I just feel like I need the time to, you know, properly, you know, talk to you guys about it, because I feel like it's a really deep subject, especially for me, and I don't think I'm really ready for it at the moment. So yeah, that's how it kind of started. I've always been about self-improvement. I think it started in 2022 that I kind of like was like, okay, I think now it's a time, because that was like when I turned 20. I like in February I went to Umrah for my birthday, and I remember we were taking pictures. I made a friend there, and we were taking pictures, and I was like, it wasn't even my weight, it was like everything. It was like my deen, it was like my, like there was like so many aspects that I was like, It was kind of like a wake-up moment. Fast forward, at that time I was living on my own, and then in April I moved back home. It was like same cycle again. I forgot about the whole experience. I was literally like, get a thought, and if I like don't act on it right away, I forget about it. So I completely forgot about that. And then fast forward, it was 2021, and this is where my lore starts, guys. This is honestly, I would say, the most traumatic, but alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, I'm so glad that I've kind of experienced this, because this was kind of like a turning moment for me. Like, obviously, if you know my family or my friend, you don't know that I've been to Somalia in 2021. If you're Somali, you know the way, guys, when I went to Somalia, first of all, I would say the first like test or like big switch that happened was when I was on the plane. Because remember, like in 2022 when I went to Umrah, it was all right. Like, it wasn't even that deep. Everything was good. Like, besides like the whole COVID like picture thing. I'm gonna put a few pictures in here so you guys can kind of see how I look back then. But fast forward, and I went to Somalia, guys. And I remember we were on the plane, my sister and I. We went there together, and my seatbelt wasn't buckling. It was like I didn't need like a seatbelt extender, whatever it's called. But it was like literally I had to like hold in my breath for me to like kind of put on my seatbelt. And I was like, oh, that kind of like inside it did something to me. But I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I forgot about the whole experience. I think it happened on one plane, because I've never had that issue before. It happened on one plane. And I think that was like when I was going from Addis Ababa to Bosaso. So that's like those dingy little airplanes, and their seatbelts were going through. I think that's not me trying to find excuses. It was me, okay? It was me. Fast forward, we landed. We're having a great time. It was literally the day of Eid that we landed. Like, it was like the day after Ramadan. We were excited. We came there. Like, I feel like I'm giving you guys like a life story, but this has like it has so many layers. I think it's gonna make sense for you guys if I just give you guys, you know, from the moment they all started. So moving forward, I landed in Somalia. It was like Friday. I remember we got picked up from the airport. Okay, I saw my people, you know, I love people, guys. Like, I'm a very social person, especially like when it comes to my own people and you don't see them often. I was literally smiling ear to ear. I was crying because I, you know, got to see my like extended family for the first time. It was a really fun time until I go outside and there was like this aunt. I hope she's not watching this video. I don't think she is. And she made this comment and she was like, oh, you gained weight. And I was like, you know, with me, like, it went in one ear and it went out the other, because like I've been so used to like Somali aunties saying that. I was like, oh, okay, whatever, it's nothing new. And I would say like my skin is really thick, so honestly, like, I've been bullied sometimes as well, a lot actually. So it was like, it was, you know, that like it was like a like it's I forgot about it. Fast forward, we went home. I feel like this story is getting too long, but guys, you need to understand why I decided to make this big change, okay? So fast forward, it was one day, my cousins, my sister, like literally 10 people at Hain, like we're like with 10 girls. We decided to go to Bosaso Fun City, okay? For the ones that know, you know, and if you don't know, then you don't know, innit? But it was like Bosaso Fun City. It's like a track, whatever it is, like, you know, those places that you can do stuff. I remember I was like with my cousins, like we're literally 10 people, okay? Like around that, and we're all girls. So we were standing in the in a row for, you know, karting, right? So I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, like I was born there, by the way, for the ones that don't know, and I was raised there. I was like, oh, like you guys are stepping up the game. Like, I've never seen this before. What is this? Let me go on this. So I remember I was in the lane for that, okay? And the guy that kind of like is the, I don't know, manager or something, I don't know, he comes up to me out of like, by the way, 10 people, my cousins and I and my sister and my aunt, and then there's like more people. So let's say there's like around 20 people in that lane. So he comes up to me and he goes, are you planning on going on there? And me being innocent, I'm like, yeah, I am. And he looks at me, he goes, no, you're not. And I'm thinking, oh, what do you mean I'm not like? And wallahi guys, I'm thinking like I don't want to like make myself seem like a victim, but I've been picked on so many times by Somali people that like it was never that deep to me. So I was like, oh, like he must like be joking with me, you know? He must like, you know, he picked me out because, you know, I don't know. And he was not joking. He literally said, you can't go in there. And I was like, oh, okay. And then my cousins, they got mad. Long story short, that's one of the stories, okay? And another story, like literally on the same day, as I was like, we went on there, my cousins got mad at him, and I was like, guys, like, it's not that deep. Like, you guys are making it worse. Like, you know, like sometimes when someone says, you're ugly, and then someone else defends you, I was like, oh my gosh, she's not ugly. And you're like, what, you like, it makes me feel like some type of way, you know? And I was like, what, you guys are making such a big deal out of it. It makes me believe you guys think I am, you know? Meanwhile, I literally am, but that's another story for another day. And then, like, I stepped off the karting, whatever it's called. I don't even know, bro. And there was, like, this... Guys, I genuinely don't want to fat shame people, yeah? Because I've been there, okay? I've been on that train. But this guy was not on my level, yeah? He was probably, like... yeah, I don't want to, like... I'm not going to speak bad on these people. But he was not on my level. That's what I'm going to say, yeah? And I was fat. And he comes up to me and he goes... so did you go on there? And I was like, yeah, why? Like, why? What did these men want from me? Like, I said, yeah, I went on there. And me being naive, I'm like, oh yeah, it was really fun. And he goes, he goes basically in Somali, he goes, if you went on there, that means I can go on there. I said, ain't no fucking way, bro. You was like, ain't no way. Ain't no effing way. Long story short, so that was like airplane, like the 2 karting stories and my aunt. Like that's like the 4th in like a few days, like the 4th like comment and encounter that I had, whatever, on my way. So fast forward, this day is more traumatizing than the other one. Can you imagine? This day, it was like a few days before we left. Like a lot of other things happened. Like we went bati shopping, and another habit made a comment about me. But it was like, guys, that really hurt my feelings. Honestly, like the more comment were made, the more it hurt. But I was like, it didn't really matter to me because I genuinely didn't take it to heart. Like, I know how my people are, you know, until this incident. This is when it all like was like, oh. So this was like a few days before we left and came, like, you know, back home. We're like we were at the beach, and there was this boat. We waved it down and we were like, guys, it was like one of those, like, genuinely, guys, it was, I believe, I'm not going to say that about my people anyways. I was going to say they're pirates. They're not. But more of the story is like they were just like random men on a boat, and we just waved them down, and they were like, okay, yeah, you guys can come with us, I guess. I don't even know, bro. So, but the thing is, you guys have to imagine, like, you know, a boat, they can't, obviously there's like no boat ramp, is that what it's called? So it's like literally on the water, and they can't come to the beach because it's gonna get stuck, right? So we had to kind of like, not per se swim, but like go in the water, and then we had to get on the boat. But bear in mind, my cousins, like, were like literally with 10 people again, but then this time it's like more than 10 people, honestly, but this time it's like split up between boys and girls. So it's like, let's say 5 boys and 5 girls, and we're all cousins, by the way, my sister and whatever. So, and my aunt. So the boys, like, they're literally jumping on there. For them, it's like another Tuesday. And then it's like us girls, because we're in Bati, bro. And I'm like, so you want me to put my leg up? Like, you guys don't, like, genuinely, like, traumatizing. I'm literally traumatized thinking about it. Anyway, so we had to go on there. Hey guys, I decided to edit this video right away just because I was feeling a bit funky. I still have to wake up at 5 today. I've got like 3 hours of sleep left. Moral of the story is, I found the video of me being a victim. This is like the good thing about me recording every freaking thing. So I found the video of me climbing the freaking boat, guys. And I don't know if I want to embarrass myself on the internet, or if I just, like, should say and just do it. I really don't know. I don't know. Continue, shall we? And we'll see if I actually include it or not. So what happened is we went on the boat, and let's just say the guys had to kind of lift us off. Yeah, they had to kind of lift us up, and like it wasn't me though. It was not only me. It was like me and my other cousin, because we were like, I want to say the biggest. Like my cousin is honestly not that big. She's literally nowhere close to me. It was more like, as I said before, there was like no boat ramp. We had to like step on a freaking rope. It was just a bit too much, and I was like, I'm just a girl. Like, please lift me up. So yeah, that's how it happened. This is not even the worst thing, yeah. So imagine we're on the boat and there's like a guy steering, so he's at the back, like, you know, the motor, and there's a guy at the front. The guy at the front, he goes, so like how the boat is set up, I told you we're like with 10 people, yeah. I'm gonna put a video if I find it. So me and my sister, me and my cousin were sitting on the side. We were Kiki and Kaki. My cousins are sitting next to me. I'm like, oh my god, great! Like I love the ocean, but I'm kind of afraid of it. Okay, like I have thalassophobia. I think it's called, like genuinely have fear of the ocean. So why is the guy at the front, like he's steering the boat, but he's kind of like rocking it to the side? So me and my cousin were kind of bobbing, and because we're the kind of the biggest, the boat is like leaning to the side. So the guy goes, and I got really scared. And we didn't have life jackets, bear in mind, okay? So I got really scared. And I said to him, like, yo, like, could you chill for a second? Like, stop freaking rocking the boat. Like, we're literally touching shoulders with the freaking ocean. And he goes, it's not me, it's you. Oh. Actually, now that I think about it, it's not even funny, bro. The way like my heart sunk, because it was like, also again, it's like I felt more so it's like the humiliation that I kept encountering with my freaking cousins around me. If I was alone, I would probably say, another Tuesday. Like I'm used to men bullying me all the time, but like anyways, why am I saying I'm used to men? But no, that's not true, but you get my point, right? So that's what happened. Broke my heart into pieces, honestly, because I was like, there was no need for you to be that rude. Came home, my mom called. I remember that day vividly. Yeah, my mom called, and we were just speaking to her. And bear in mind, like, again, if you really know me, you know, like, I'm not a crier. Like, unless you either piss me off or like I'm really overwhelmed, like, or like high on emotion, it barely happens, okay? Bro, my mom called and she was like, yeah, how are you guys doing? That's all she said, yeah. You know, like when you're already like kind of high on emotion and someone says, are you okay? Oh my god, I started bawling my eyes out. But more of the story is like, I've been yapping for 18 freaking minutes and I haven't even started with the whole thing. More of the story is, guys, I've been like that 2 weeks that I was literally there for 12 days, yeah. Those 12 days, it was like a blessing sent from the heavens above, because from that moment on, guys, like even though like I've always wanted that, like to lose weight, this is like about the whole losing weight part, like the whole mentally part is gonna come later on, but like losing weight part, like I've always, obviously, like if you're a bit overweight, you've always, even if you're not, like people are kind of obsessed with weight, you always want to lose more. So I've always had that, and I've tried many times and it never like worked out. But like that was kind of like, you know how people say I've had a turning moment? That was like my turning moment when like I got bullied so much, and I was like, that is like, I don't know, I felt really some type of way about it. So yeah, so that's like, I came back home, and the weight loss story, we're gonna get into it, like as I said, in another video, because I feel like if I really want to like dive like deep into it, it's gonna take a really long time. I am currently editing this video, and I decided to, instead of like uploading the whole 1 hour, I decided to kind of split it into 2 parts. So for this part, I'm gonna upload it this Wednesday, obviously, and then the next part I'm gonna upload it either Saturday or next week Wednesday, depending on what day you guys want to see it. Just like leave a comment. But yeah, I'm sorry, I feel like I was yapping so much, but just for you guys to kind of get an idea, I think it was really crucial for me to talk about that aspect of my life. Again, I'm gonna make this a series and talk about like more stuff, self-improvement and stuff like that, but this was like kind of my turning moment, so it was really like important for me to talk about it. That's it. So I'll see you guys in the next video.